A misty chill hung over the city when Amir shut the door of his small apartment and stepped outside. The stairway lights flickered as he carried his worn jacket over one arm and his keys in the other. He had only a few minutes before he needed to reach the luxury car service office. His son Sammy was still asleep in the next room, curled up with the stuffed bear his mother had bought before she passed. Amir whispered a promise into the quiet air as he locked the door. He would find a way to build a steadier life for the boy, no matter what it took. The night before, the company dispatcher had called him with an offer. They needed a driver willing to take on a client no one else would. Their tone carried a hint of worry as they explained that this passenger had run through 4 drivers in 2 months. Most had quit on the spot and one had refused to ever return to the office. But the pay was nearly triple the usual rate. Amir had hesitated, then accepted. Every extra coin mattered now. When he arrived at the garage, the manager pulled him aside. He spoke quietly, as if he did not want the echo of the early morning to carry his words. She is strict. She is unpredictable. She trusts no one. If you ever feel unsafe, walk away. Amir nodded, though uncertainty gnawed at him. Still, he needed the job. He climbed into the sleek black car assigned to him and waited for the address to light up on his screen. The moment it appeared, he started the engine. The home he arrived at looked more like a fortress than a place to live. Tall walls surrounded it and guards watched from inside polished booths. They inspected the car and then waved him in. When he stopped at the entryway, a woman stepped outside. She was tall and wrapped in a long coat that shimmered slightly in the pale sunlight. Her expression held no softness. Her gaze slid across him as if deciding his fate in one breath. She seated herself in the back without a word. "Good morning. Where would you like to go?" Amir asked with gentle caution. The answer came after a long pause. "The office." Her voice carried the cool weight of someone used to command. As he drove, Amir noticed how she watched the city pass by without really seeing it. Her hands trembled slightly though she held them tightly together to hide it. He pretended not to notice. For the first week she barely spoke, and when she did, her words stayed clipped and formal. But Amir never flinched or reacted the way other drivers had. He treated her as he treated everyone, with steady patience. Whenever she stepped into the car, he greeted her with a calm warmth. Whenever she left, he wished her a peaceful evening. One afternoon, as heavy rain battered the windows of the car, she surprised him by speaking first. "You do not fear me." Amir kept his eyes on the road. "I have no reason to. People usually do." He sensed the quiet strain beneath her tone. People fear stories. They fear the masks others wear in public. But stories are not the whole of a person. She studied him through the rear mirror. He felt the weight of her scrutiny, but not with discomfort. There was a flicker of something vulnerable in her face before she looked away. Her name, he learned later, was Liana Moretti. She managed an empire of companies built by her father. Rumors claimed she had crushed rivals without remorse, that she fired people without hesitation, that she guarded her emotions as if revealing them would destroy her. But Amir also noticed the loneliness she carried like a hidden bruise. One evening, as he neared her home, Liana asked him to take a different route. She spoke in a quiet voice, almost hesitant. He followed her request and soon found himself driving through a residential neighborhood lined with trees. A few minutes later she told him to stop. Children played in a small park across the street. A woman who had the same shade of hair as Liana held the hand of a little girl who looked no older than 5. Liana did not step out of the car. She simply watched them for a long while. "Is she your sister?" Amir asked softly. Liana nodded. "And the girl is my niece. My family fell apart after my father died. I stepped into his world because someone had to. But they think I abandoned them. They think I chose power over them." Her voice shook on the last word. The rain had cleared, leaving the air washed and quiet. "Do you want to speak to them?" Amir asked. "I do not know how. I do not know what I would even say." "You start with the truth. Even if it is unfinished." She turned her face away, but he saw the tears collect in her lashes. The next day she asked him to drive her again to that street. This time she stepped out. Amir stayed in the car, giving her space. From his seat he watched as the woman in the park stiffened in surprise, then softened slowly. The little girl approached Liana with open curiosity. Minutes passed before Liana knelt and embraced her. When she returned to the car, she looked lighter, almost changed. "Thank you," she murmured. Amir shook his head. "You did the brave part." In the weeks that followed, she became someone different in the car. She asked about Sammy. She laughed a few times. She even offered Amir a raise, though he gently refused at first. She insisted and he eventually agreed. The money allowed him to move to a safer apartment and enroll Sammy in a better school. One evening, she paused before getting out of the car. "You helped me reclaim something I thought I had lost forever. I hope you know the weight of that." Amir smiled. "Sometimes the world shifts from the smallest kindness. I am glad I could be there." As she walked toward her home, her posture carried a grace he had not seen before. And Amir, watching through the windshield, felt something settle peacefully inside him. He had taken a job no one dared to accept, hoping only to earn enough for his son. Instead, he had helped someone rediscover her heart, and in the process, his own life had changed.